Montevideo. It doesn't scream at you like some other South American capitals. Instead, it whispers its stories, inviting you to lean in and listen. There's a certain faded grandeur here, a quiet dignity along the Rambla that stretches for miles along the Rio de la Plata. The sunsets here paint the sky in hues of orange and pink, casting a magical glow over the water. You feel the ghosts of a more opulent past, but also the steady, unpretentious pulse of the present. The architecture tells tales of bygone eras, yet the city remains vibrantly alive. People here aren't in a rush. They take their time, savoring each moment. They sip their mate, they talk, they watch the water. It's a rhythm of life that's both calming and invigorating. It's a city that unfolds slowly, revealing its charms layer by layer. Each street, each corner has a story to tell. The real treasures are often found not in the glossy tourist traps, but in the unassuming corners where life truly happens. It's in these hidden gems that you find the soul of Montevideo. The food scene in Montevideo mirrors this understated character. It's about more than just eating. It's about community and tradition. It's about tradition, quality ingredients, and feeding people well. The markets are brimming with fresh produce, a testament to the fertile land. You find it in the bustling Mercado del Puerto, where the air is thick with the smoke of grilling meats. The energy here is palpable, a true feast for the senses. You find it in the neighborhood parrillas, the local steakhouses where families gather for long, leisurely meals. These gatherings are a cornerstone of Montevidean life, and you find it in the humble bars and cafes, where everyday staples are elevated to something special. These places are the heartbeats of the neighborhoods. This isn't a city chasing fleeting culinary trends. It's a city that knows its identity and embraces it fully. Instead, Montevideo holds tight to its roots, celebrating the bounty of its land and the influences of its immigrant past. The flavors here are rich, diverse, and deeply rooted in history. It's in this environment that one particular sandwich has risen to become a national icon, a symbol of the city's culinary pride. We're talking, of course, about the Chivito, a sandwich that encapsulates the spirit of Montevideo in every bite. Uruguayan food, much like its people, doesn't shout for attention. It has a quiet confidence, a reliance on good, honest ingredients prepared with a straightforward sensibility. The culinary soul of this place isn't found in elaborate techniques or exotic spices. It's found in the quality of the beef, the freshness of the produce, the simplicity of the preparation. The parrilla, the traditional Uruguayan grill, is central to this identity. Families and friends gather around the glowing embers, sharing stories and laughter as prodigious amounts of meat are slowly cooked to perfection. Beyond the celebrated meats, you'll find a surprising array of influences. The legacy of Italian and Spanish immigrants is undeniable, evident in the prevalence of pasta, pizza, and hearty stews. This focus on simple, high-quality ingredients means that even the most unassuming dishes can be incredibly flavorful. It's this philosophy that underpins the creation of their most iconic sandwich, a culinary masterpiece that embodies the generosity and hearty spirit of Uruguayan cuisine. So what exactly is this chivito, this sandwich that inspires such devotion? Chivito literally means little goat. Legend has it that a tourist, an Argentinian woman in Punta del Este sometime in the 1940s, asked for a sandwich with roasted goat meat. The restaurateur, Antonio Carbonaro, not having any goat on hand but eager to please, improvised. He grilled a tender slice of beefsteak, piled it high with other ingredients he had available, and served it up. The customer loved it, and a legend was born. The chivito is not just a sandwich, it's an experience, a culinary event. It's a towering construction, a symphony of flavors and textures that challenges both your appetite and your ability to hold it all together. Think of it as Uruguay's answer to the club sandwich, but on an entirely different scale. At its core, the chivito is a steak sandwich. But that's like saying a Ferrari is just a car. It's a celebration of abundance. Let's break down this beast, this magnificent tower of taste, layer by delicious layer. The heart of the chivito, as we've established, is the beef. This is no ordinary beef. It's usually a tender, thin-cut steak, often lomo, tenderloin, cooked quickly on a griddle or grill to keep it juicy and flavorful. This isn't some tough, chewy mystery meat. This is quality Uruguayan beef, known for its exceptional taste and tenderness. It provides the savory, umami-rich foundation upon which everything else is built, a base that supports the symphony of flavors. Then come the layers, oh the glorious layers, each adding its own unique touch. Mozzarella cheese is a must, melted until gooey and stringy, blanketing the steak in a warm, comforting embrace that oozes with every bite. Ham, often a good quality cooked ham, adds another layer of savory, salty goodness, enhancing the overall flavor profile. Bacon, crispy and smoky, contributes its irresistible crunch and flavor, making each bite a delight. A fried or hard-boiled egg with its rich yolk adds another dimension of texture and taste, making the sandwich even more indulgent. Slices of ripe tomato and crisp lettuce provide a necessary counterpoint to the richness of the meats and cheese, adding freshness and balance. And then there's the mayonnaise, a generous spread that helps bind everything together and adds its own creamy tang, making the sandwich complete. And let's not forget the bread, the unsung hero of the Chivito. The bun, often a soft but sturdy roll, has the Herculean task of containing this magnificent mess, holding together the layers of deliciousness. Section 5. The art of assembly crafting the perfect Chivito stack. Watching a Chivito being made is a spectacle in itself, a blur of motion and sizzling sounds. It starts with the steak, hitting the hot griddle with a satisfying hiss. The cook, a seasoned professional, works with practiced efficiency. While the steak cooks, other elements are being prepared. The bacon is crisped, the ham is warmed, and the egg is fried. Once the steak is cooked to perfection, the layering begins. The melted mozzarella is draped over the hot steak, creating a gooey, cheesy blanket. Then comes the ham, followed by the crispy bacon. The fresh ingredients, lettuce, tomato, are added next. Finally, the top half of the bun is placed on this magnificent creation, and the whole thing is often pressed lightly. Section 6. My Chivito Epiphany, a bar stool revelation in the Mercado del Puerto. I remember my first Chivito. Clearly, it was in Montevideo, naturally. I'd been wandering through the Mercado del Puerto, that glorious cathedral of grilled meat. I'd already indulged in more than my fair share of asado, but I kept hearing whispers, reverent mentions of this sandwich, the Chivito. It sounded like a dare, a challenge. So I found myself perched on a worn stool at a bustling little counter. The griddle was a chaotic canvas of sizzling ingredients. The cook moved with an effortless grace, flipping steaks, crisping bacon, melting cheese. I ordered a Chivito completo, the full works. When it arrived, it was a thing of beauty and terror. It was massive, a teetering tower of ingredients barely contained by the bun. A small forest of French fries stood guard beside it. Section 7. Why your Uruguayan journey demands a Chivito encounter. If you're traveling to Uruguay, seeking out a Chivito isn't just a recommendation, it's practically a mandatory cultural immersion. This isn't some obscure local dish that only adventurous foodies hunt down. This is a cornerstone of Uruguayan cuisine, as fundamental as mate or asado. To bypass the Chivito is to miss a significant piece of the Uruguayan puzzle. It's an experience that goes beyond mere sustenance. It's a dive into the local way of life. Think of it as an edible souvenir, but one that you consume with gusto rather than displaying on a shelf. It tells you more about the local palate and culinary philosophy than any museum exhibit could. Section 8. Beyond the bite, the Chivito as a cultural emblem. The Chivito is far more than just a collection of ingredients pressed between two pieces of bread. It has transcended its humble origins to become a true cultural emblem of Uruguay. It represents a certain Uruguayan approach to life, hearty, generous, and unpretentious. In a world increasingly obsessed with minimalist cuisine and delicate portions, the Chivito stands as a proud declaration of abundance. It's a symbol of national pride, a dish that locals are eager to share with the world. Consider its ubiquity. You can find a Chivito in the most unassuming corner bar, at a bustling beachside kiosk, in a family-run restaurant, and even in more upscale dining establishments. This widespread availability speaks to its deep integration into the fabric of daily life. Section 9. Savor every layer, a plea to champion local tastes and traditions. So, you've heard the tale of the Chivito. You understand its towering construction, its symphony of flavors, its place in the heart of Uruguay. But what now? It's simple. When you travel, when you find yourself in places like Montevideo with their own unique culinary treasures, I urge you to dive in headfirst. Seek out these local specialties, these dishes that tell a story, that carry the weight of tradition. Don't just stick to what's familiar, embrace the unknown, the delicious, the sometimes gloriously messy. This is where the real magic of travel lies. It's in the unexpected, the unplanned, the serendipitous moments that make a trip unforgettable. Support the local businesses that keep these traditions alive. The small, family-run restaurants, the bustling market stalls, the neighborhood bars where the Chivito is crafted with care and pride. These are the places that form the backbone of a city's culinary soul. Your patronage does more than just satisfy your hunger. It helps preserve a piece of cultural heritage. It allows these artisans of flavor to continue doing what they do best, sharing their passion and their history, one delicious plate at a time. Choose the local joint over the soulless chain every single time. By doing so, you're not just eating a meal, you're becoming part of a story, a tradition, a community.